Hi there, my name's Donhwap. So, Quinn's broken. I have been playing nothing but Quinn for the last 2 weeks, and I can tell you with absolute confidence that she's broken. I'm going to explain to you all the reasons why Quinn is so good now, how to play her efficiently, all the goals of a Quinn player, through roaming, through team fights, through laning, and how you can effectively abuse her for your free low. So we start off here with me versus Poppy. Poppy's pretty good top laner. She's, in my opinion, one of the best top laners. All you want to do as a Quinn during the early game is harass and farm. Harass and farm, that's it. Most top laners these days are going to be tanks, and even though you have a lot of harass and you have a lot of damage, you're likely never going to be able to kill the opponent. So if you look here, Poppy goes in on me, and I can't really trade back with her that well. Like, look at that's how much damage my Q did to her. Like, I could have gotten the auto off, but she's a little bit faster than me because of her speed up. But if you can see, like, I can't outdamage her. Like, she does so much damage to me. I can't, like, you can't fight that well on Quinn. You can only harass. You're not a very good duelist, alright? Most top laners are going to outduel you. So she's looking for me here. She already warded, and so she's not going to catch me, and I just go back. Right? You just, playing Quinn early game, it's just respect. You just have to respect your top laner, alright? Quinn is one of the squishiest champions in the game, and top laners, when you fall behind in the top lane, top laners will continuously punish you. Like, there is very little comeback potential in the top lane. So you have to be very careful not to fall too far behind. So I come back to the lane. I don't miss too much because there was a cannon wave. And it was already... Poppy was already out of mana, so she wasn't really fast pushing to my tower. So I didn't need to burn my TP. You want to save your TP as often as you can, because Quinn is a fantastic TP ganker. If you use your E for harass, you'll be vulnerable for a pretty long period of time. And also note on Quinn, if you're playing Quinn, it's likely that you're going to be pushing, so it's also very likely that you're going to be camped, because you're pretty much just going to be always at their tower. So you need to have really good map awareness in order to be able to play Quinn. So here, bot lane is in trouble, and I try to get a TP off. Unfortunately, I get cocooned, and nothing really comes out of it. I do hit level 6, which is pretty important, because Quinn's level 6 is extremely valuable, because it just enables her to roam all over the map. And now that I have level 6, I can get back up to top lane a lot easier. Nonetheless, that was a pretty shitty TP. If I had TP'd right then, I likely would have gotten something out of it. But unfortunately, I was just a few seconds too late, and it technically cost me a few kills. So I fly back into the lane, and I see Poppy. She's pushing. I hit her with my passive. I hit her with my Q, and that right there, that was pretty much my full combo. The only thing that was really missing there was my E, and that's how much damage I'm doing to this Poppy. Like, I'm doing absolutely nothing, and she just dashes to me and takes out half my health. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, Quinn's laning phase is not really that great. Alright, I'm not vaulting back here because I'm going to die, because it's just going to place me back here. So I need to get in front of her so I can vault back to my tower. Right here, I need to respect her. You have to respect your opponent as Quinn. Against tanky bruisers like this, with like decent mobility like Poppy, you're just not going to win. You're not a combat champion. You're a mobility assassin. You have to play back, play safe, and you have to wait for your team's help. Or you have to farm and then go help your team, because you just generally aren't going to be able to kill the top laner that often. So here, Poppy is pushing into my tower. I can see Nidalee is coming up. She's going to be here soon. I know Poppy's going to dive me because she's been playing very aggressively. So she starts the dive, she knocks me up, and then I E her right in the middle of her auto. Your E cancels auto attacks, it cancels dashes, it cancels certain abilities if you use it properly. Like, you can cancel Corky Valkyrie, you can cancel... It's a knockup. It's a knockup, so you can cancel anything that other knockups cancel. So now Poppy TP's here, so we have to get out. Now, I know Poppy is just TP'd, so that means I am free to roam to other lanes if I want to, right? I have no interest. This is what you do as Quinn. You have no interest in top lane, alright? I just saw Elise on the minimap. She's around this area. There she is, right? She's walking back. I don't know why she doesn't clear this pink cord. It's a bit confusing to me. But now she heads over to Wraiths, and I know she's there. So I'm heading up with Ahri. Ahri is about to engage her, right? And they think they're fine because Nidalee was just top, right? But I show up, and we get 1 kill. And now it's just a 2v1. Ahri does a good job here of dodging the shurikens, but at this point it's a free 2 kills, right? This is what you do as Quinn. I'm missing farm at my tower. I miss I think like 7-ish minions or something, right? Just to go back and check, like how many minions did I miss here? I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I missed like 7 minions right here. Okay. So, I don't give a shit, alright? I don't care about top lane. I can't beat Poppy in a 1v1 because I'm Quinn, alright? Quinn is not a good... Her ultimate doesn't do that much damage. Her ultimate is made for mobility, not 1v1s, right? So what you do, you take advantage of that mobility. I don't care about top lane. This is how you play Quinn, alright? Poppy cannot follow you. No champion can follow Quinn because of her insane mobility. So, another part of roaming is also knowing when you can roam, alright? So, I'll pause it right here. I'm looking bot lane. Bot lane is pushed up, so there's no way I can really get anything here. I could dive, but that's a little too risky because Elise is probably back up. She's probably around here somewhere. Zed just... Ahri just went back to base, so she is not going to be there for at least another 30 seconds. So, at this point, even though the wave is pushing inward... I want to go there. I want to be there. I want to push it all the way up to the tower because I can't do anything anywhere else. That's also another important point of Quinn is knowing when you can roam. You have to be able... You just look at the other lanes, think about, okay, what's going to happen next and what's going to happen later, and make your choice accordingly. So here I push out the lane, and I use my ult and I go mid. All right, Poppy's up top. She's clearing the minions. Okay, I'm looking for a gank on Zed. It doesn't look like Zed's going to be there, so bot lane has just backed, so I can't really go down there. And the only real option here is to farm out top, so because I was AFK from lane, what the enemy top laners will generally do is they'll push the lane because they'll assume that you're roaming, and the common response to roaming is to push. So I farm these out, and what do? I'm not going to stay here, alright? I don't want to 1v1 the Poppy. The Poppy has a Cinder Hulk, a Bammy Cinder, Cloth Armor, and Swiftness Boots. There's just, I no interest in fucking with this Poppy. There's no way I'm ever going to win a duel. So what do? I see there's 3 people mid, and I also see Nidalee is kind of close by, and Ahri is there as well. So what do? I'm not going to fuck with this guy, alright? I have my ultimate. I can get there in about 5 seconds. So I head over to mid, alright? A team fight starts to break out, a skirmish. Luckily Nidalee is able to just 1v1 the Zed with the help of Alistar, but I come in here and we pick up a 2nd kill. And Poppy's just, I don't care. I don't care about top lane. This is what you do as Quinn. You don't give a fuck about your lane. You don't. You just don't. Alright? You help your teammates, you get kills around the map. Each kill is worth around 15 creeps, alright? Experience-wise, creeps are a lot better, but gold-wise, each kill is worth about 15 creeps. So, I head back up top, I save the tower, and Poppy looks like, yeah, she's gonna dive me again here. But I'm pretty confident in my ability to outplay. She gets the stun again, but I just have to vault back. I still have flash here, so I'm in no position to die, right? There was no way she was ever gonna hit me with her ultimate, which is what she needed in order to burst me down, and she wasn't going to do that because I still had flash, so mistake by her, and just able to capitalize. So now I'm 3-0 and Poppy is 0-2. I'm down 40 CS, but that doesn't really matter because I'm up 3 kills. So this is what you do as Quinn. You just use your ult, you roam around the map. I saw a thread on Reddit saying something like, the reason Quinn is so good is because of her blind. Her blind is nice, but it's not the main reason Quinn is a threat. Quinn is a threat because she can get all of the map twice as fast as any other champion, and that's a fact. Her ultimate gives her, what is it, like 50 bonus movement speed, like all of the time. No champion can do that, just get to lanes that fast. So here, I do make a mistake here in overcommitting because I didn't time Poppy's teleport properly. And even though we get Zed here, Poppy's able to get a nice position here, flank us, and Ezreal's coming in. Another mistake that I made right here is, going back, another mistake I made here is, as I'm coming up, I should have W'd, alright? If I W'd here, let's see, if I reveal vision, if I W'd here, I could have I probably could have seen Elise. Yeah, if I W'd like right here or something, I probably could have seen Elise, and I probably wouldn't have tunneled so hard. So, or at the very least, I would not have gone out of my bird form, because my bird form can help me escape through like here or through here, but Ezreal's here, so the only real option was here. But nonetheless, still a mistake to not W right before you go for a kill, because it does help you see if there's like enemies around. Maybe someone's hiding right here, maybe someone's hiding right here, right? Just to know that you don't tunnel as hard. So here Poppy comes in. Poppy, she gets a stun on me, or she doesn't really get a stun on anyone, but her damage is just too much, and we've overextended. But we get one back. Still not really a great trade for us because we're really ahead. We're 4K ahead. And when you get, like, they just got 2 shutdown kills. So mine is worth, like, I think, like, 5 or, like, 400. I'm not actually sure how shutdowns work anymore. But I had a killing spree, so it was worth, I'm assuming, quite a bit. And Alistar had 2 kills as well, so it was worth quite a bit. So here they make a mistake by they did the exact same thing I did, which is by overstaying when someone still had teleport. So I come in, I TP, I just destroy Ezreal. I didn't even need my bird form there. I could just walked up and just killed him, but we pick up 2 here, and we're able to push in later on. Unfortunately, Nidalee kind of overextends here, and she gets punished, but it's not really a big deal. We still trade 2 for 1. So, all right. So fast forward, looking at the map, Poppy is top. She's farming out. Minions are at her tower. Ezreal's down here, and Ahri is pushing for the bot tower, and Nidalee's farming. So, seeing that Ezreal is here, I know that more people are likely going to show up. I know that Zed is not mid lane currently, so I can assume that he's around this area somewhere. And with Jhin, Alistar, Ahri all over here, I know that there's going to be sort of a skirmish there. And so, again, I don't give a fuck about top lane, alright? I can't fight Poppy, again, cannot fight top laners. Quinn just... Her ultimate doesn't do damage. Her ultimate doesn't do really anything 1v1. So she's a mobile roamer. So just go roam. I don't care about Poppy. All right. So that's exactly what happens. They start a skirmish. It looks pretty even so far, but Blitzcrank gets chunked. Ahri gets a nice pick on to Ezreal, and I can come in. Oh look, a free kill just for showing up in the bot lane. I just had to right click down to the bot lane, and I picked up a free kill. Alright, I lost about 2 waves there, but Blitzcrank was worth 270, so he's worth about 12 minions in gold. So, still worth it for us, and I get to come in, and I get to farm out minions. That's another thing about Quinn, is that the entire map is your oyster, alright? You can farm any lane you want, so long as someone is not there already, because you can get around the map faster than anyone, and you can apply pressure better than anyone, alright? Here, Poppy just... This is what you exactly don't do against Quinn, is she's trying to follow me. She's trying to keep up with my pressure. You can't keep up with Quinn's pressure. Like, over the last 2 weeks that I've been playing Quinn, people have been flaming my enemy top laner for saying shit like, well, why can't you follow Quinn? Why can't you roam like she roams? Like, that's the dumbest thing to ask yourself, is why can't you follow Quinn? Like, you might as well fucking ask, why can't my champion fly like Quinn? Like, you're asking the exact same thing. You can't keep up with Quinn. You can't keep up with her pressure. What you can do is you go top and you try to pressure top lane. So at least either you get a tower or you force the jungler to go top, because that's usually what happens. So we move forward. Zed is around here somewhere. There he is. And he's sitting on top of a ward, which is unfortunate for him, but... This is all you do as Quinn, is you just group with your team and you look for picks. That's it. During the laning phase, this all you do is you just go with your team and you help them out. Alright? I don't care that how many like, how many minions am I down? I'm at 87 CS to Poppy's 134, but I'm 7 and 6. I have the highest kill participation on the team. All right, I missed 50 creeps in order to get those 7 kills and 6 assists. It's completely worth it. This is exactly how you play Quinn. You don't care about farm. All right, you just, unless you're forced to farm, like I said before, like you don't have great options to go in, you don't care. All right. Okay, so right here, there's 2 people defending this tower. Poppy is top. Poppy has teleport though, but we have 3 people here, and Zed is dead. So Blitzcrank just went back to base, so it's guaranteed going to be a 4v2 right off the bat. So I just wait for my team to go in because we also have an Alistar, and Alistar is really great for diving towers. So if you can't get roams off, you just go get dives. So we pick up this, we pick up that. Poppy comes in. I get really, really lucky here. I live with 9 HP here, which is very lucky of me. But even if I didn't live there, we still would have gotten a 2-for-1 trade nonetheless. So it still would have been worth it. So fast forward, we just went back to base. We picked up a few items. So what I'm picking up here is, instead of going for the traditional, what you usually do on Quinn is you go Yumu's Ghostblade, you buy Swift Noose Boots somewhere in between completing your Yumu's, and then you go Rapid Fire Cannon into either Infinity Edge or Hex Drinker, and then you get a defensive item like Steric's Gauge. But I'm getting Steric's Gauge first. I'm buying the Jerome's Fist, and I have the Ruby Crystal because of their team comp. Alright, you have to look at their team comp as Quinn. Quinn is one of the most squishiest champions in the game, and if you're against champions like Zed, against Elise, against Poppy, you're gonna blow up before you actually do anything useful. So you need that Jerome's Fist. The Jerome's Fist, not the Jerome's Fist, sorry, the Steric's Gauge, because Steric's Gauge, the Steric's Gauge will help you survive against a lot of their burst, like Zed. QSS is nice, but it's just not going to get me the value you usually get with like their team comp, because most of their team comp, it's made of AD champions, so the MR isn't really doing too much for me. Steric's Gauge is always going to be a useful anti-burst item because it gives you that nice HP, it gives you that nice chunky shield. So you have to also evaluate the team comp before you just go full damage on Quinn, because usually if you do just buy full damage on Quinn, even if you're ahead, you're going to be useless if you're against a bunch of burst champions. Here's how you team fight on Quinn. You have to remember that you are still an assassin, and against the front line, you still don't do that much. All right. So what you do with your ultimate is you don't just charge in and try to kill their carries, because you're going to get peeled off and you're going to die instantly. What you do is you sit back, you play extremely selfishly, you don't help your teammates with anything. Alright, Jhin is getting attacked by Poppy, but I don't care. I'm just waiting for that Ezreal, and I killed the Ezreal, and I'm looking for the Elise. That's it. That's all you do on Quinn, is you just go for the backline, you get a nice flank off, and you kill their carries. That's it. I don't care about my carries at this point. I just care about killing their carries. If you are extremely behind on Quinn and if you don't feel like you can confidently kill their carries, then at that point, what you want to do is you do want to just kite back with your AD carry, because if you can't assassinate anyone, there's no really point in trying. So we take down the tower. Most of them have respawned by now, so we're not going to keep pushing in anymore. Zed is bot lane, and that's what I'm going to do. This is main reason why Quinn is so good. Just gets around the map. Look how fast I'm going compared to that Alistar. Like, he can't... There's no way he can keep up, right? So I'm just flying down, and Zed's dead. You can't outrun Quinn. You're never going to outrun her. Unless you're... I think Udyr is the only real one that can give her a run for her money, but most people are just going to... You either fight Quinn or you die to Quinn. That's it. So here Jhin is 1v1ing Poppy. I don't know why, but I thought maybe Jhin could get it, but he doesn't, so I decided, I'm going to TP. Look at that. Look at that speed. Look at how fast I just blindsided her. She could barely even touch me, alright? With home guards, Quinn travels at 1,300 units per second. Elise, how fast does she travel? She travels at 400, so I'm traveling 3 times as fast as a normal champion when I have home guards in my bird form. So during the mid to late game, this is still kind of mid game. What you do is, Quinn, you just look for picks. That's all you're doing, is you're kind of trying to predict where people will be, and you're looking for picks. Nidalee is picking with me. And look how we just destroy that Ezreal. No chance whatsoever. That's all you do, is you look for picks, and you don't try to team fight. Quinn is not a great team fighter. You're just looking for picks. If you don't think you can get picks, you go for the split push. So here, a small, sort of like a skirmish breaks out. I go in for the Elise because I know I can knock her up for the Jhin ultimate, but she flashes away, which is unfortunate. But we still get Poppy here. Poppy's pretty much dead. Nidalee gets pretty lucky here, living with, I think, 42 HP, which is pretty close. But at this point, we are really, really fucking ahead. There is little to no chance of them actually mounting a comeback. We're 10k gold up, and this is what you do on Quinn. You just... Ezreal is farming. If the game hasn't ended at this point, this is all you do, because usually 80 carries and squishy champions will be farming in a side lane, and all you do is you wait, you make sure that no one else is there, and then you just go in. You just go in and you try to kill them. Alright. Now, Ezreal had both his summoners, so I wasn't able to really get him, but I burned both his summoners. It cost me my own flash. This is a mistake that I made here, is that I'm still farming, alright? You should not be farming, okay? They surrendered, like, a few seconds after, which is... So it didn't really matter after that, but still a mistake nonetheless. If you go for an assassination attempt, you don't stick around for farm. If I'm trying to kill Donald Trump, I don't fucking stick around and try to fuck his daughter. That's dumb, alright? You stay away from the tempting shit and you focus on the objective. And if you fail the objective, you get the fuck out as fast as possible. So, that's pretty much all you really need to know about Quinn. Fuck the top lane early game. Go roam. Help your team. Get them fed. Team fights, don't give a fuck about your team. Kill the carries. Late game, mid game, go for picks, roam around, try to predict where the enemy will be going. If you can't go for picks, you go for split push instead. You just try to pressure. You're not a good team fighter. Keep that in mind. This is your build path on Quinn. You start either Doran's Blade in a pot, or you start Corrupting Potion. Usually in tanky matchups where you can have pretty much just a free lane, you start Doran's Blade. In matchups where there's a lot more harass, like Lissandra, Gangplank, like just champions with ranged harass, you usually get Corrupting Potion. After that, you want to get Serrated Dirk first. This usually will deal more damage than the Caulfield's Warhammer. In between somewhere there, you want to get your Boots of Swiftness, because once you get Serrated Dirk, you're going to be around level 5. Once you finish Boots of Swiftness, you'll be around level 6, so you can get around the map a little bit easier. And then you want to finish U-moves as fast as possible. And then this is where the options sort of spread out. You definitely want the Rapid Fire Cannon first. It does a lot more damage than getting Infinity Edge first. So you get Rapid Fire Cannon. If you want, like I said in the video, if you're against a lot of a lot of burst champions, you want to get Steric's Gauge first. If you're against a lot of AP burst, you want to get the Hex Drinker first, not the Maw, just the Hex Drinker. And then you definitely want to just go Rapid Fire Cannon into Infinity Edge. Into either this or this version of Last Whisper or the other version of Last Whisper. Usually this one's a little bit better. Items that you never buy on Quinn, you usually don't buy Essence Reaver. I know a lot of people, like pros and stuff, they do buy Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver isn't actually that good in regular games. Usually, like I said, Quinn has mana problems from level 6 until around level 14, because once you hit level 16, your ult costs nothing at level 16. At rank 3, Quinn's ultimate has no cost. Her Q costs, I believe, 70. Her W costs nothing, and her vault costs 50. Alright, and around then, you'll have about 600 mana. So Essence Reaver, the only real value it's getting for you is the attack damage and the crit chance and, of course, the cooldown reduction. So it's generally much better to get Infinity Edge because you're doing just a lot more damage that way. Trinity Force, not really necessary, way too expensive, way too slow. GA, not very good. Just get Steric's Gauge. Steric's Gauge does everything that GA does, just, in my opinion, much better. It helps you survive a lot easier. Runes on Quinn, you go quintessences of attack speed, AD marks, scaling or flat magic resist, and armor yellows. Few variances you can either get. You can get armor penetration here if you want. I personally like this version better. It makes things easier to blow up. Masteries on Quinn, this is pretty much just what you go. This is pretty much the universal standard for Quinn. You can go for Fervor of Battle, or you can go for Grasp of the Undying. Both have worked fairly well in my opinion, but Thunderlords is just way too good, simply for the fact that when you do go for those assassination attempts in the later game, Thunderlords will help you much better than the other two Masteries. So in a way, Thunderlords scales better than these two on Quinn. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you have luck in your games ahead, even if you don't play Quinn. Quinn has very obvious weaknesses in the fact that she's extremely squishy, she's not a very good 1v1er, she has trouble clearing, she has mana problems in the early game, but if you take advantage of her insane mobility, if you take advantage of the way that she can just apply pressure to all three lanes so efficiently, you can just get your team so fed that it doesn't matter. A lot of people will criticize you for playing Quinn. Even people like in my elo, in Diamond elo, people have been criticizing me, telling me shit like, "Oh, Quinn is so bad for our team comp. We have no tank. We have no CC. We have no this or that." It doesn't matter when you play Quinn, because if you can play it properly, if you can properly snowball and get pressure in all of the lanes, it won't matter how bad your team comp is, because again, this is solo queue, people. All right, it doesn't fucking matter. Just get your team ahead, and that's what Quinn does. Quinn is kind of like Rengar in a sense, in that you're just hunting. All right, that's all you're really doing. You're just hunting for kills. You're hunting for squishies. You're just going bot lane and you're killing their AD carry. That's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. If you're wondering why I'm not playing on my main account anymore, it's mainly because it doesn't happen often, but it happens enough that I don't want to play on my main account. So, like, every other game I will get recognized in my elo, and, you know, it's nice to get recognized, get some appreciation in game as well, but every now and again, someone on the enemy team will recognize me, and they have, I don't know why, but they have this burning desire to just camp the shit out of my lane and make my life a fucking misery. Just... I remember one game I was playing Rumble, and I was against a Pantheon jungle, and he beat... I was like 0-8, and he was still diving me under fucking double towers, and I was... Why are you killing me? I'm less than a cannon minion at this fucking point. And you know what he said to me? He said, "I'm only fucking you because I like you." So that's why I don't fucking play on my main account anymore.